let's look at how Western history books usually gloss over the truth. When you break down the word white and the geopolitical invention of Africa, you are stripping away centuries of colonial relabeling to get back to the actual foundation. Number one, the word white means pure, not a race. In the ancient world, and specifically in the scriptural languages, Hebrew and Greek, white was never a racial designation. There was no concept of a white race in antiquity. That is a completely modern invention from the 17th and 18th centuries used to justify global colonization and chattel slavery. In the original text, the word for white, like Laban in Hebrew or leukos in Greek, symbolized purity and cleansing, being washed of spiritual residue. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Brilliance and light, a glowing radiant energy or garment of light. Refinement, a state of spiritual perfection or being untainted. When the scriptures say someone was white and ruddy, it meant they were radiant, pure, and glowing with the warm, vibrant, blood-infused life of the Adam, the sun-baked clay. Number two, Africa was created later, okay? Then the continent was never called Africa by its ancient inhabitants. The word itself was popularized, by the ancient Romans after they defeated Carthage, modern-day Tunisia, in the Punic Wars. The Romans named the territory Afritera, land of the Afri, after a local North African Berber tribe called the Afri. Over centuries of European map-making and colonization, that one regional tribal label was stretched across the entire landmass, completely erasing the indigenous names. What was the real name? Because it is a massive landmass with thousands of distinct indigenous cultures, there were a few primary powerful names used before the Romans slapped the Africa label on it. Alkebulan, the indigenous collective name. The oldest and most widely recognized indigenous name for the entire landmass is Alkebulan. The meaning? It translates literally to the mother of mankind or the Garden of Eden. Who used it? Historical records show the term was used by the Moors, Nubians, and Numidians, and ancient Ethiopians. It reflects the understanding that this land was the literal cradle of humanity and divine life. Kemet, Tameri, the northeast land. In the northeastern region, what people today call Egypt, the people didn't call themselves Egyptians. They called the land Kemet, which literally means the black land or the land of the rich black soil, pointing directly to the fertile mineral-rich earth fed by the Nile River. They also called it Tameri, which translates to the beloved land, Ethiopia Kush. In the oldest scriptural maps and Greek accounts, before the Greeks adopted Roman terminology, the vast majority of the continent below the Mediterranean was simply called Kush, or Ethiopia by the Greek. Ethiopia comes from the Greek word "itho," I burn, and "ops," face, literally meaning the land of the sunburned faces. It was a direct reference to the people of the sun. By reclaiming these original names, Alkebulan and Kemet, we completely undo the mental conditioning of the modern world and restore the true rich elemental color and identity of Adam's children. Ashe Aminahu, family.